Hello. Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome to live readings today, and I'm so glad that you're here. I'm just looking at the comments that are already posted. I've just come off of a live reading, and I'm just really feeling in the mood. So I'm really looking forward to this today. And I also want to say, I know Jonathan's here. If any of the other mods come in, please feel free to spell each other off. Especially if I go over an hour, I know it's a lot. It's a lot for you to manage the group for that long. So thank you in advance. I really appreciate it. The rain just slowed down. It's been teeming here this morning, and I don't know. I really like that energy. It's very cool. It's like a cleansing, right? The sky's opening up. So I'm going to say welcome to everybody that's here. Luna Moon, Well-Tempered Claire, hello. Aloha, Jonathan. And who else is coming in? Shaylin26, hello to you too. Okay, what is going on here? I think we're good. I will get to your first questions in just a little bit. So as far as announcements go, I do have a few. One is that my Facebook group is now sort of organized, and I will be sharing more about that on Thursday, but the Facebook group is open, so you can go ahead and join the Facebook group. And there will be a new moon party on Sunday, my Sunday. And the invitation for that is in the Facebook group. It's also on my Facebook page. And so if you're interested in joining a Facebook group where we will kind of deepen this whole experience with tarot, with meditation, with yoga, with caring for each other on our healing journeys, you can join my Facebook group. And I'm really excited about this. I've been waiting to do this for a long time. So I just wanted to put that out there. I decided today that I was going to use the Lumina Tarot. I haven't used this in ages. And so I'm going to start with a group reading. And I may as well pull out her Oracle deck as well too, Lord Aletta Stack, with the amazing artwork by Tegan Sweeney. I would love to meet these ladies. Maybe some point. Okay, so I invite you all to close your eyes, come to your breath. And whatever energy is presently around you, just to allow that energy to wash over and through and away, and allow it to release and return back to the earth. And if that takes you a few exhale breaths to do that, then give yourself permission just to really create some space for yourself. One of the beautiful meditations I haven't used for a while is to imagine a piece of amber just above your crown chakra. And so I invite you to do that. Close your eyes. Imagine a piece of amber just floating above your crown chakra. And then allow the light, allow divine energy to fill that piece of amber with light. And then imagine that energy beginning to trickle down like water over your hair, your head, your ears, your face even, and then down over your shoulders and arms and torso, and just allow this energy to wash all the way down over your physical body, front and back, like a beautiful cleansing. And as the amber energy washes over you, it creates a sensation of lightness and freshness. And then come to the breath in your nose. And rather than focusing on the breath, what do you smell right now? And just allow whatever arose for you to be present for a moment, and then let that just drift away. And then become aware of your hands. And just rub your hands together. Perhaps touch your arms, your thighs. Amber has such special medicine. Maybe that's why I named my puppy that. I don't know. It was her color mostly. So this reading is for the collective. May you all find cleansing and clarity through this reading today. Well-tempered Claire smelt fog. That's interesting. Hello, IT guy. My voice tarot. Hello, hello. Okay. I've got a cup of tea here with a tea bag in it. I'll get the card cam up for you. Let's see here. That's kind of cool. You know, it's always refreshing, isn't it, to see the Fool card. And there's kind of a real fresh sense of energy there. Is there anything special that you are feeling about the Fool card? And what that might mean for you in this moment? It's almost like she is breathing in this experience, the way that, look at her face. And there's a real lightness to her step. Well, this bodes well for all of you that are asking love questions today, doesn't it? There's some beautiful symmetry in this Two of Cups card. And this is a reminder as well, too, that this journey into balance, which is a constant practice and process for all of us, is one of exactly that, you know, embracing above and below, left and right, masculine and feminine. But this does, it looks like a new opportunity, perhaps a new perception into that relationship. And then we have the bite of the Five of Pentacles. And so let's look to the light of the Pentacles before we go straight to the darkness of the Pentacles. And the beauty and the medicine of the perfect pentacle, the fact that the pentacle, if the apple is cut the right way, is visible within the apple. Is there any medicine in that for you? The image in the card, the apple, of course, is withered. And so for me, this is about, you know, this is about that whole notion of consciously understanding that we need to be in both at the same time always. And there is always darkness in the light, and there is always light in the darkness. And the drastic difference in energy between these two cards can be a harsh reality sometimes. And sometimes this restriction of the 5, the struggle of the 5 is perception, but it's part of the balance. It's part of the journey. And so when you are in the struggle of the 5 of Pentacles, what can you do to go back and feel that freshness that you were feeling in the Fool card? The Oracle card is the feminine card. Speaks to this card, speaks actually beautifully to the whole. So the energy of the divine feminine is amongst and within all of spirit. And so sometimes, you know, if we're struggling through this kind of 5 of Pentacles experience, all we need to do is to connect to that energy. And I sometimes am my own worst enemy in this area, and the forest is right there, and I can choose to get busy in my work and not find that connection. And so there's something about that as well too. A message for all of you. Even in the rain, even in the snow, even in the extreme heat, there's a way to find that beauty and strength and healing of the 5 of Pentacles with the connection to the divine feminine energy, which is right there. It's always right there. So, yeah. So take from that what you will. That's beautiful, Jonathan. And that's really beautiful, My Voice Tarot. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so let's get this back in the right pile. And let's go to Luna's question. Luna's asking about initial U. Okay, so what's going on with you and you? What are the next steps in the relationship with you and you? With initial U and you. So welcome to anybody else who's come in that I've missed. All 17 of you gathered here for these readings today. All right, so Luna Moon and you. What are the next steps in relation to him and you? The next steps. Well, one thing would be to can I say not dummy down your emotions? If there's an emotional maturity to your relationship. And so to confidently express what you are feeling, to confidently to be all that the Queen of Cups is. And perhaps there's also an aspect of your own intuitive energy that needs to shine through and would support the relationship at this time. Like how is that aspect of your relationship? You know, how is the poetry? How is the chit chat about spirit, feelings? Does it feel healthy? Okay, so the wheel is a turning. So interesting that you're asking this question, what are the next steps? The next steps are definitely one of moving forward. And this is, quite significant that this card would appear in your reading. So I would, if the relationship is feeling stagnant in any way, that stagnation can be spurred. That stagnation can be moved forward by some emotional connection, is what I'm feeling. You are not in contact. You are in separation. Okay. There's something, this is kind of taking me back to the Two of Cups that appeared earlier, and I want to, I would want you to reflect on those cards in relationship to your relationship with you. And so if the part of your relationship right now feels like Five of Pentacles energy, right? There's something that's not completely well. There's something that needs to be nourished. And perhaps what needs to be nourished in your relationship is it's going to be stirred by this Queen of Pentacles energy. So if you are able to reach out through your heart, can you write a story? Can you send a gift that might be surprisingly emotional? This Three of Wands feels very optimistic to me, like the relationship is moving in a different way. So is there any possibility of connection? Is there any possibility for you to reach out in a very heartfelt way, not in a sappy way, but one of deep emotional connection? Really speaking from that place of wisdom in your heart and showing him the unconditional love you have for yourself, the unconditional love you have for all beings, showing him your compassion and understanding. Okay. So that's a challenge for you. That's a challenge for you. Okay. So embrace that challenge. It's like you are the one that needs to step up. So in order for this optimistic energy to be realized, it's this energy that needs to flow through you. So that's what I'd like you to contemplate over this next few days. Like, how could you find the courage to do that? And let's just ask the Oracle, how can Luna find the courage to do that? Whoa, Luna, that's a pretty beautiful card. That's the Healer card. So to hold the relationship in light and love, to hold the relationship quite literally in your hands, and I'm just thinking of like blowing, like that medicine of blowing the love and light into your hands. Okay, so nourishment. The relationship needs nourishment from you. And as always, thank you. Thank you to all of you for your input and support of one another, because it's so beautiful that you can be there and do that for each other. Oh, hello, Neem. Of course I will do a reading for you today. You are not very far down the queue, so I will get to you for sure. So next is Well-Tempered Claire, also known as Andrew. What do you see in the future for my love life? Okay. And for all of you that are readers or if you practice this on your own, it's really important to step out of your way in this regard. So the wording of the question is, what do I don't see anything. What I do when I sit down to do this work is to clear my channel. And so the way that I feel this question is, allow the energy of spirit to move through me. I'm the vessel. I'm the vehicle. My voice is the vehicle. So what you hear coming out of my mouth is a message from spirit. And so what is spirit? What is the message that Andrew needs to receive at this time regarding love, regarding relationship? I think one of the reasons I don't use this deck is because of the, I can't ripple shuffle it, but I really do love the energy of this deck. That's a lot of energy. Wow. That feels like a collision, Andrew. A collision. You know what I almost feel like? I feel the energy of dancing, or what does this feel like? When I said that word collision, something came to mind like I don't want to will you to get into a car accident or something, but it feels like really going with the flow. Like you quite literally will meet somebody by accident. I don't know what that means. Oh my goodness. Haven't we talked about this before? Oh my goodness. Okay. Sometimes my memory is not really great, but weren't we talking about you teaching something? I'm really seeing the light in this card here. It's like putting all of your energy, because I know you're asking about relationship, but where I'm going is you're going to run into your future partner through this role, through your role as a teacher. I thought we were talking about that somehow. I don't know. Okay. So, the fact that the Taurus symbol is sitting right here at the third eye chakra of this skull, the fact that you connect to that, I just really embrace the medicine man energy in this particular Hierophant card. Okay. Well, if we read the cards quite literally, a young earthy girl, connected spirit. Who perhaps, I mean, I don't want to say, like, it's not cool to get involved with students, but maybe this is somebody that co-creates the course with you, or co-creates the seminar with you, co-creates with you somehow. I feel the sense of creation in this card. So I don't know if you have an opportunity to reach out, invite, welcome, like to create a space where you can be the teacher. And it's through that space that you create where you will meet the people that you need to meet. I'm going to pull an oracle card. So is there anything else that would help bring clarity to this? And I really want you to focus on the intensity of this energy. This feels like really going for it. No holds barred. Oh, I can't even think of the expression. Like it feels like permission to charge ahead. Wow. Okay. Divine masculine energy. So yeah, fire. Create. Thank you, Neem. No holds bar. Go for it. Do it. Act. Like today, this week, write the program, write the curriculum, get the content done, like, and do some steps today and tomorrow and the next day, like really start the ball rolling. And you asked about relationship, but this is how the relationship will come, is through this connection. Okay. Mystic Haven, I didn't say hello to you. Welcome. All right, I believe we're at Jillian. Good. Okay, Jonathan, we're at the same place. That's nice. Okay, your question is, I did approach Pisces and still waiting to hear back from him. Will he approach me? He said he will 2 weeks ago. Okay. I just picked up, this is on the bottom, this card. Maybe this is for you, Jillian. Don't you love this strength card? Let's shuffle and get an oracle card for Jillian first. There's that waiting word again. What is it about waiting? There's like, be productive in your waiting. Like waiting is a gift. Waiting is a gift by spirit. Waiting is a gift by spirit. It's like, okay, spirit hasn't brought Pisces close, so that because there's something you need to do with this space. Like there's a purpose in the waiting. So the waiting isn't just about sitting and waiting. The waiting is about there's something that Shaylin needs to do. Okay, well, we'll weave that one in. All right. So the question is, will he approach me? He said he would 2 weeks ago. Okay. Some kind of a barrier here. Some kind of a barrier, because this is the Oracle card. This is a yogic concept, pleasure and pain. This has to do with, I mean, there's different ways to interpret this card, but this really has to do with what I was saying earlier about being okay in both, and neither being repulsed by the pain nor, overly overtaken by the pleasure. This is about second chakra balance. Look to the image here, and I'm really kind of drawn to I don't even know what you call these things on the bug. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Lover's card. You know, it feels like you're very much in process in this relationship. Good morning, Germana. And it feels somehow like you are exactly where you need to be. And this lesson for you is about learning to be okay in your discomfort. And if you can be as serene and confident and together as this Queen of Pentacles, I mean, it's really beautiful. The Lover's card is shown up here, Shaylin. So indeed, he may very well be there right around the corner, but perhaps what Spirit is wanting to happen in this space that has been created for you is for you to embrace the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe this is about you preparing the home. And I'm speaking that metaphorically, but that Queen of Pentacles energy is pretty powerful. Yeah. So do you understand what I was saying about this process for you to really, and this is a lesson for all of us, but this is coming, like right in your face right now. So this discomfort in the unknowing, it's about learning to be okay in the discomfort. So just reflect on that. We want to dance through it. We want to skip through our discomfort. We don't like it. That's totally naturally. But this is like where you need to be right now. Embrace the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. And through that, if you can allow all of this to happen, if you can allow this to move through you, it looks like a beautiful balance on the other side. So this is your journey. This is your process at this time. Thank you. Well, Mystics Haven, I don't know if I said hello to you. Transitions, right? They're not easy ever. Can I get you to just pause for a moment? If you're cooking or something, please sit down. If you're doing something, just pause for a moment. And take your energy, take your mind to your back. And deepen your breath in the back. Fill up the back rib cage, fill up the back of the chest with breath. Allow the breath to be so full that you feel the fullness through the shoulders and the arms. And simultaneously be conscious of the throat. So there's an interplay here of the grief that you carry with the voice that you may not have. And so energetically, by bringing awareness to the back and breathing into the back, we can start to move some of that grief. And grief comes in many forms. So what I would, go ahead and open your eyes when you're ready. What I would suggest is that you get yourself some kind of a bolster. Or you can roll up a pillow, tie it up so you have like a cylindrical bolster, something to open up the back. So we need to, when the back is tight, we need to do kind of back bends and lean back. So you're opening up the heart space as well too, because there's a restriction that's being caused by this. And so any kind of, sometimes just standing in a doorway, placing your hands on the doorway and leaning through. And so this whole idea of moving the physical body and moving the physical body, the energetic body with breath, can help to affect relationship. It can help to affect how we feel. And so don't underestimate the power of this sort of thing, because you have a lot that you're moving through right now. And so move your body, stretch your body, okay? Yeah, I wanted the fireplace in the screen today. I was just feeling like I needed some warmth, but now it's gone off. It'll come back on in a few minutes. Burning Dreamer 13, hello and welcome. All right, so this reading is for Mystic Heaven. Mystic Heaven would like to know at this time any guidance. Okay. So energetic guidance is been given. Let's see if we can confirm or expand on that through the tarot. This might be the card for the day. Does this not look like that last card? Something like the pleasure and the pain. This is like seeing the beauty where we don't normally see the beauty. This reminds me of my Christmas cactus, in the cold winter, how we get those beautiful flowers indoors. This reminds me of patience, cycles, that expression, this too shall pass. This will pass. I was talking about your throat, and I had you go into your back, feeling the pain in your back. But there's something about the throat, and I want you to go back to the medicine of language, the medicine of words, the medicine of voice, the medicine of voice. And sometimes we just keep it in, we keep it bottled in for so long. So we have to practice. And sometimes that practice can come quite literally with practice, with ourselves in the mirror, with a friend. But that this Maiden of Swords is here for you, to give you permission to start practicing and using the voice. The thing about this card as well too, when I see it, it's like, this is only one moon cycle. And so understanding about the flow of energy, but also things can change in a month. The patience doesn't need to go on forever and ever. Hello, Dion. I don't see Mystic Haven commenting. I'm going to draw an oracle card, and then, so the Lover's card there for me, this is about making you a priority and seeing yourself as whole. You are complete as you are. You are the perfect flower on the cactus. You are the young woman who has the voice. Maybe she didn't use it back then, but she's definitely got it now. And look at the strength of the eagle overhead. It's like that eagle is going to carry her through. She knows her truth. She just needs to be able to articulate it. Look at this. This is so beautiful. You know what this says to me? This says, embrace yourself. Embrace yourself. That's it. Do something kind for yourself today. Seriously, do something kind for yourself today. I'm feeling like, I don't know, do any of you do Abhyanga? Abhyanga is a Ayurvedic practice of oil massage. And you start usually with the head and the hair, and you massage from the top down. And for me, there's certain oils, different oils have different qualities to them. Some of them, because I'm Pitta Kapha, Pitta dominant, I have to be careful which oils I use. I like to use lighter ones, but Abhyanga is a beautiful gift to yourself. But you know what's right for you. Maybe go buy a beautiful new journal or something. Embrace yourself. I hope that helps, provides a little bit of comfort or inspiration. Thank you, Mystic Haven. Okay, it's Miss Neem's turn. Miss Neem. That's funny, my Moistero. I'm just looking at what I'm going. These are the older comments. That's nice that you shared what you smelt. Lavender. This is the Fool card that we're talking about that came up in the group reading earlier. All right. Big breath, Neem. Big breath. I'm going to uncross my legs. Oh, really? Do you want me to just, how about if I just draw an oracle card for you, just so you have a little bit of inspiration for the day? I'm going to do that. Okay. I'm going to draw an oracle card just so you have something to focus on over the next few hours and maybe journal about tonight. All right. You can't get rid of me that easily. Great Spirit, this is for Miss Neem. I'm going to actually, oh, okay. That's 2. This is 1. Oh, I've got this camera here. I'm going to put it down. It's easier. So, the cosmos, the interconnectedness of the cosmos, the you know, I was talking with somebody today about how does it work? How does it work when we do an email reading? Or how does it work? You know, the phone rings and we pick it up and that person was just in our thoughts. How does distance Reiki work? How does this work? Right? And it works because of this connection. And so family is such a big word, you know, and when I look up to the stars, it just makes me feel, it makes me understand how incredible this web is. And so your message, Neem, is about the majesty of the web and understanding that every little thing that you do has tremendous effect on this web, and you are able to connect and to touch others in ways that, like, look at the relationship here. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. That's why I just pulled it out. This reminded me of this. You know, in the day where we could actually see the ley lines, I mean, some people can see the lines. In the day when people actually understood and communicated more telepathically, I really feel like every little step we can get closer back to that is going to help everyone so much. So your message is to, you know, reach out and touch someone and understand that this is such a good message. I love this message. Are we good? Sorry, I don't know what I was doing. The message was, oh, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, so here's the message. You have an act of kindness. So you reach out and you take a loaf of banana bread to your neighbor next door. But there's something about that act of kindness that has these beautiful effects that we can't even see or realize. Yeah. So I can't even put this into words. I'm having such a hard time. The effects of your connection, the effects of reaching out and touching someone in your family are more powerful than you or I will ever understand. And so trust in these connections. Nice. Okay. Lots of love in the room today. Anna Herring, hello. How are you? PL, hello, hello. It's the Lumina Tarot. I see IT Guy answered. Yes, Lumina Tarot. Okay, so where are we at, Jonathan? Sorry. I need to figure out. We're at Germana C. Okay, excellent. We'll find Germana C. Oh, I'm down at the bottom. Oh, and Tina's here. Tina's 74-7. Okay. Be really nice. Oh, and Ilse. Hello to Ilse. Ilse. And Julia Wiseman's here. Hello, Julia Wiseman. Okay. Which events are coming my way? Love, job, what? Thanks. All right, Germana. Germana, I have all this energy, like overwhelming energy in the throat. You're welcome, Neem. Hey, Cheryl and Jess J. All right, this message is for Germana. Which events are coming her way? What is the energy around Germana now? Germana. It's kind of shadowy. You know, it looks a bit like if you look at this, look at the darkness of this 10 of Pentacles. Look at the darkness here. The energy of the 3 of Swords. I'm looking at the triple goddess here. kind of feeling into the energy of Cancer. Feeling what I've got going on in my throat here. Weird question. Have you cried lately? Have you cried lately? I'm feeling some kind of energy block for you. Okay. This energy block, this need to move through the energy of the Three of Swords is imperative. It's really important to embrace this energy. There's been quite a bit of this today. Like, to be in the challenging parts of life is really important. Like, not to avoid the challenges. Because if we can move through that, then, so if we can move through the pain, rather than carrying it on our back, right? If we can actually move through it and be with it, then it creates a sense of freedom. These are such beautiful cards of freedom over here. And I love the connection in this card of the bee and the bear. And this is a card of complete and utter abundance. It's a card of peace and family. It's a card of, again, of connection and happiness in this three-dimensional world. It's so beautiful. And this is a card of off you go. It's a card of you go, girl. You go and you do it. But the lesson here is that you're not quite done processing this pain, this anguish. And so to really be with it. I can feel it. I can feel it in my back. And so write about it, talk about it, share your memories, cry, let go. Is there anyone else that's picking up on something for Germana that would help her? I'm going to draw an oracle card to help her move through this. So this can be realized. I know Jonathan's going to say, what's the shadow card? The shadow card is the Hierophant. Can be as simple as we have to learn our lessons. We have to be willing to learn our lessons. To not be above oh, that's perfect. To not be above our lessons. Something like that. Okay, here's Germana's oracle card. High flying. High flying. Relates so well to this card here. I'm just going to check in with the chat. Beautiful. There's some really beautiful messages from IT Guy and Jonathan. Thank you for that. I would take this as hope, but there is definitely, move forward, and there's two sides to this. One is there's a need to let it go, and at the same time you need to check in that it's processed. So you're welcome, Jillian. Hello. So mull that over for a little bit. And which one's the oracle card? There we go. These cards look so similar. It's very easy to mix up the oracle and the tarot cards. Okay. You are all very fortunate that in this chat there are so many beautiful souls that help to support these readings. It's really lovely. Shaylin, that's so very sweet of you. Thank you. Is this where we are, Jonathan? Yes. Bonsoir, Sadhana. Can I have a reading about my wish of learning and practice Reiki? But I'm not sure about this because it's unconventional and maybe it's not enough to earn my life. Okay. So, well, there's some healers in the chat. And what I want to share with you right now is that perhaps at first it's not enough, but if you can embrace it, it becomes more than a way of life. It becomes, it becomes a way of life. So for me, Reiki, yes, I practice Reiki on my family and myself. Yes, I see clients. I do hands-on Reiki. So yesterday, for example, I had a woman come in for a reading into the store, and there's also information about holistic healing and so forth and the other things that I do. And she sat down. She did not know what she wanted. She said, I want a chakra clearing. I thought that didn't feel quite right. And so I started to do a guided meditation, a guided chakra clearing for her. And she was so all over the place. She couldn't hear my words. And I also had a mask on. And so she started crying, and I realized I had to switch gears. And so I had her change positions and put her in a more comfortable position and did some hands-on healing for her. And so the gift of Reiki is something that's available always. And so rather than thinking of it as a means to an end, it's more a way of life. It's a gift you will always use. It's something that will be intertwined in your life forever if it's something that you resonate with. I just say the word Reiki and my crown starts to go all tingly. It's amazing. I just need to say that word. So it just lights me up, and it changes everything. So, all right. So I'm going to pull some cards for you. This is a reading regarding energetic healing for Burning Dreamer 13, whether this is a path, whether this is a career path, whether this is something that Burning Dreamer, which pronoun do you use, Burning Dreamer? He, she, they would benefit from. The cards today are splitting very easily. Ooh. Well, oh, you can't see. Let me fix that for you. So, what do you think of that? What do you think of that? I just need to hide something here on my screen. Sorry. I lost the chat. There it is. Does not this look like Reiki? Doesn't the Pluto energy of the Judgment card feel exactly like Reiki? Like being a little different? It feels like exactly where you need to be. Does not this look like an abundance of light energy beaming down towards you? So your actual question is, so I would say yes. I'd say this is a big, big yes. And then you get the Maiden of Pentacles. So the Maiden of Pentacles is not the King of Pentacles, but it's a good place to start. It's definitely a good place to start. It would also speak to the timing of education and learning, and I look at the Maiden of Pentacles as that as well too. So this feels like a big yes for you, and I would trust and start the process and embrace the process. It looks like exactly where you need to be going at this time. Alrighty. So beautiful, Jonathan. All right. I'm going to go on to Ilsa, I believe. Oh, that would be amazing, Ilsa. Oh, that would be a dream. So what do you need? A truck? Tools? I find, at least where I live, gardeners are in short supply, big demand and short supply. So we'll be looking for Pentacles energy, cards that reflect the earth, plant medicine, plant energy. Do I have a plant oracle out? No, I don't. It's okay. We'll stick with these two. They're working well for us today. Right? And the fact that it's a physical job is so good for us. And the connection with the plant, the connection with earth and the soil and the dirt. What is, I guess my question is, why not? That's my question. Why not? Okay, so my the first card would say you're going to need a team. You can't do it by yourself. You need help. So the first part is to find your team, to create. This is a card of creation. So, and it's a Pentacles card. So this again feels like a yes to me. This is a big yes, Ilsa. This is a big yes. And you can look at the lemniscate here as the sign of connection to the divine, really connecting you. It's so beautiful. And look at the growth. Look at the growth of the flower, one flower to two flowers. It feels amazing. Hmm. Okay. This is going to be a powerful healing for you. Powerful. You know what I see in this 10 of Swords card here? I see that this tree has died, or this spine, or this line, this energy has been killed. This energy has been pierced. It's like your role as a gardener is in the healing of the earth, the bringing the balance back into people's lot, the bringing the balance back into people's lives, and to like quite literally ending people's pain by helping them to grow something. This to me feels like, because this card came up, I know there's no major arcana cards here, but this feels like a very much a life path kind of card. Like big work. Energetically, spiritually, big work. Yeah. This can also speak to that rational mind. This is about also piercing through that rational mind of yours. So this is, I often see this card as the death of the ego. Right? This is the end of the there's no place for that anymore. It's about you moving into the heart space and working and living from the heart space. Is there anything else that Ilsa needs to know to confirm or not about moving forward with this business? Look at this. We have another 2. We have this beautiful energy moving out into the universe. Beautiful connection. Yeah, beautiful language, Jonathan. I don't know if that's shown up here. Jonathan says, bringing back life to gardens that have been let go and allowed to rot. Trimming back the dead parts and allowing space for new growth to come forward and create personal paradises for others. This to me looks like you. Look, it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So I would say yes, get out of your head and get into this beautiful, beautiful work. It feels right. Definitely feels right. Okay. So how many more questions do we have? I would like to know. I would like to know. Tina, Cheryl, Jess, and Jillian. Okay. Do we have the stamina for 4 more questions? Okay, so Jonathan, let's say I will do those 4. That's a lot, but we'll do 4 more. Okay, and that will be the end of the list for today. So Tina, looking for Tina's question. Sometimes this thing just, there we go. Okay. Money. Money, money, money. Here's a question for all of you. What practices do you have? What practices do you have to help with the financial attraction, with the abundance in the material plane? What do you have? Thank you, Burning Dreamer. Thanks for the super chat. So one of the things that I have learned is, and this is something that's come through a few different teachers and teachings, is that to be open, to be receptive. So that means hands open, that means body language open. How many times a day do you find yourself like this or like this, right? So to really be open. And I find that when I sit in meditation, even if I'm just sitting for a few breaths or so, there's such a different energy, and to get everything all kind of lined up, and then to feel that openness. Sometimes I find just opening the windows and clearing out the house, get rid of the recycling, create space, right? I say this all the time. In order for the abundance to come, we need to make space. Is there space for more? I think that's the big question. Okay, so this is just a general question I'm putting out there to everybody. What are your abundance attracting practices, if you have any? It's a really good topic that we could do in the Facebook group. I'm going to write that down. This lousy pen that I have here that doesn't work. Yeah, so, I can see the, this table that I use is very rocky. I need to get a new table. The table that I was doing readings on before, I can't use it, so. Okay, so this is for Tina regarding the loan application. What is the energy around the loan application? Six of Wands is the shadow card, which is really interesting to have as a shadow. Does this feel like a little bit like what I was saying? Sometimes I find that the messages that come through before I put the cards down are enough, because the cards, I feel like these cards are kind of saying the same thing, that Tina and your husband, it's like if the shadow is the 6 of Wands, does that mean you have you have difficulty with being successful? Do you have difficulty with being on top? Do you have difficulty with winning? Is that hard for you? Is it easier if you're kind of in the back door? Is it easier if you're kind of second? So what I'm feeling here is that in order for the business to be successful, in order for the loan to come through, this relationship with success needs to change. Anybody else want to chime in on this? Because these are rather challenging cards in response to Tina's question. This is not a very practical energy at all. This is the dreamer energy. Is this the death of the dreamer so that the fiery energy can emerge? Is this the decision to choose that more fiery energy? So there's 2 messages that have come up, Tina. The short answer is no. It looks like no, the loan will not come through. So that's the short answer. But what's underneath that is that your husband, you, the business, the attitude about business needs work. And so perhaps this is about some a course or some counseling or some business advice to create, like, how do we create a successful business in this environment? I don't know if you said, did you say the loan was for business? Yes, the loan is for business. And then Jonathan is suggesting that the loan also is not right at this time. It's not in the highest interest of what it is that you need right now. So this can also mean that this is not the right business. Tina, this is a challenging message to deliver. So the the issue here is much bigger than the business. And I don't know the nature of your business. I don't know the nature of your relationship with your husband, or the relationship with all of that together. A few sentences ago, I talked about some kind of counseling and strategy, workshop, support, mentoring. So perhaps that's where the money, that's where the energy needs to go, is into developing something new. And perhaps this is about letting go of the present business. So, this is a pretty, this is not an easy message. So please think this over, feel it. Please feel this over and see if it resonates with you. What I do is not just about prediction. I'm here to work with people and to help them see beyond what's at the surface. And so this is why I'm asking all these challenging questions to you. Okay, so he's a truck driver and he needs a new truck for his business. Okay, I'm going to try to make some sense of this. He's a truck driver and he needs a new truck for his business. Why have these cards appeared? What is the message? Help us to understand what this message is. The question was yes or no. Will he get the loan? Will he get the loan? Will he get the loan? Okay, so when I go to a business reading, I love to pull out this deck. We've got two major cards here. We have the universe and the sun, which are extremely optimistic. So I want to know what these challenging cards have to do with this. Because there's something about okay, so I don't have you here and we can't have a conversation about this. And I will Can you say his name, please? Tina, can you type his name? Or initial or something? Hello, Blue Nile. Casman. Okay. Will Casman get the loan? Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes, yes. The thing is, though, that I want you to be aware of is underneath the structure of this business, underneath the something needs to change with the business. Something needs to shift. And I don't know if you are the person to understand or to realize this, but there's something going on here much deeper than the actual financial aspect of this. Yasmin. Yasmin. Okay. Okay. So yeah, not an easy reading, Tina. I would like, as far as money goes, I would say not to worry, but there's other concerns here. So let me know how you're doing, okay? And then maybe that will help to, we can come back to this in a couple months' time, and maybe we can understand this better. Any other takes on that would be amazing. Cheryl and Jess. Beautiful comment, Neen. Oh, I'm so glad that that resonated with you. Okay, so I'm looking at Jonathan's comment here. Cheryl. Okay, I'm looking for Cheryl. I see when Cheryl came in. Cheryl. Vanessa Moonchild, hello to you. And Abby E, hello. Okay. I'm gonna put you away. Cheryl, where is Denver in relation to you? Same town, same country, different? All right. How does Denver feel about Cheryl? How does Denver feel about Cheryl? How does Denver feel about Cheryl? This was the jumper card. Okay, so let's see if I can spread these out for a little bit here. There's that Hierophant card again. Okay, so what did Cheryl say? Anything? Same country. It's a crush. You know, who is hiding behind the books? Like, we can't see the face here. This looks like he wants to get together. This looks like tremendous immaturity to me. But it's definitely heartfelt. I mean, I love that in this, you know, because we have the Page and the Knight of Swords here. But we have the Three of Cups here. So these three cards together make me feel like he's very intellectual, or at least he thinks he is. And maybe he's not the best communicator or the best person to express his feelings. But that doesn't mean he doesn't want to. So what was your question? How does he feel about you? Well, he feels like he wants to party with you. He feels like he wants to celebrate with you. He feels like he wants to share joy with you. So how can you get, because this is, you know, this kind of energy is not one of heartfelt connection. So there's like this void. There's like this void between this energy, which is really, really strong, and this energy. And so your challenge is in bridging this void. And how do we bridge this void? That's the question of the day. Yeah. There's no communication because he is absorbed in his own world. His forte is not in matters of the heart. And while there is a notion of this looks like a tremendous imbalance to me. So I don't know if this is something you want to waste your time on. I mean, the other thing is, it looks like he's growing. I'm looking at in the screen here because we have the Page and the Knight and the Hierophant. So it looks like there's some growth happening here. It looks like he's busy growing. He's busy growing to become the man he wants to feel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would put my energy into this relationship, honestly. But that is entirely up to you. But this definitely is a strong, strong intellectual focus, not one of heart. And maybe he just wants to party. Okay. You're welcome, Cheryl. All right. Jess J and Jillian. Jess J and Jillian. Thank you for reposting your question. That makes it so much easier. Should I give up on my connection with Marik, or is there change coming? Okay. Okay. I feel like Sasarabito would be the perfect deck for this one. If somebody has a Sasarabito in hand right now, just pull a quick card because I have a feeling. Okay, so this is for Jess J. What is the nature of the relationship with Marik? And I want to say thank you to Jonathan for managing all of the questions. I really appreciate it, Jonathan. We're going to be on a panel on Friday. Jonathan and Jen from Jen's Science to Soul, Nancy, Texas Rose, Amber, Lavender Moon. Anyway, a few of us are going to be talking about our intentions for 2021, working with the tarot, among other things. Okay, Jess J, relationship with Marik. The question is, should I give up? When I look at the Two of Pentacles and the Lily White, I really feel and see the motion. I see the hope. And we have a card. The Star card is the second card. The third card is the Death card. We have two major cards here. You'd like to know if it would ever turn romantic. Well, something's going to change in the relationship. Something in the relationship needs to die. Does the relationship need to die? I guess that's the question. Does the relationship need to die, or does the nature of the relationship need to die? Does the relationship need to die? Queen of Swords. Okay, well, something about the relationship definitely needs to change. It's like this phase of the relationship is over. And so now we're moving to a new phase in the relationship. I just turned over the deck. This is what's on the bottom. This is the King of Water. And I asked if the relationship needs to die, and I got this one, the Queen of, so I got the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups. So maybe it's the role of the relationship that needs to die. Sorry, I'm lost. This is not your friends. Your friends. Mr. K, but I don't, if I didn't say so already, I'll answer your question in just a second. Well, you know, these two cards, you know, it looks like he has thought about it. It might be up to you to say something about it. Like, does he have the nerve to bring this up? I don't know that this is entirely clear, but what is clear is the relationship, the present, I just got another message for you. So the message is this. Sometimes the messages come through so fast, I can't even find the words to say them. It's like, something has to give. Something has to give. Like, the message was, something will be lost. I guess this is what this is. Something will be lost. I mean, that's entirely up to you if you want the relationship to change. Because the relationship, because the relationship changes doesn't mean that it's going to be good. But what I see here right now, like in your relationship, who's the dreamer and who's the rational one and who's the dreamer? And so maybe this is the death of the way that the relationship is perceived. Maybe the roles need to shift in the relationship. Okay. So, Jess, I don't know. This would suggest that you need to speak. You need to reach out. There's been a few readings today where people are asking about relationships where you don't even talk to each other. And so how can there be a relationship if you don't talk to each other? And so it would seem the first step, the first thing that needs to die is the lack of communication. Something needs to start moving. The energy needs to start moving. So the first thing you can do is to reach out and communicate, if that's possible. There's a subtle energy here that he has been thinking of something else. So I'm going to leave it at that for today. All right, and the last reading for today is Jillian. So hopefully Jillian, I'll answer Mystic Haven's question. Mystic Haven asked if I am going to do cards of the year for 2021. So I guess the question is, do you want me to? Is there a demand for it? Did you enjoy it last year? Is that something that you would like me to do? So I guess that's the first question. So for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, there's a way to calculate your card for 2021. And that is by taking your month, the month that you're born in. So the month that you're born in is reduced to a single number. So your month is a number 1 through 9. And then you take the date of your birth and you add those two numbers together if there's two numbers. And so you have a single number for the month. You have a single number for the a single number for the month, a single number for the day, and then you add that to the number 5. And then that gives you your card for 2021. And what I did last year was I did a reading for each of the cards. And I posted it in 2 videos. So yeah, so if you want me to, I will. It was kind of fun, actually. So I'd be happy to do that. All right, so last question is Jillian. And Jillian's asking about her relationship with her mother-in-law. Okay. Good question, Jillian. Okay, so I'm going to play hardball, okay? I'm going to play hardball. Your mother-in-law is, I'm assuming something here, just a second here. How can I make it easier for myself, essentially? Okay. So when she speaks, when you communicate, when you are together, what does that stir up in you? So I'm going with voice. It's like you can't say what you want to say, or you're not heard, or you don't have permission to say what you want to say. You don't feel heard. So we need to go to the medicine of the throat. We need to go to perhaps second chakra issues, because often throat stuff can be healed through second chakra issues. There's often an aspect of guilt associated with this. And so if the guilt can be released, then you can find the peace in the throat. These teachings come through chakra psychology. In a nutshell, that's my advice to you, but I'm going to pull some cards. Okay. Guilt is a very powerful energy. And this guilt may be something that you have carried for some time, from the time you were a little girl. And the mother-in-law may reflect that back in some way. So the stories might be different, but the energy, the lesson is the same. So I would say step 1 is to clear the guilt, explore the guilt, release the guilt. Jonathan, I'll go through the addition, how I do it again in a minute. Okay. Okay, so this is a, let's say this is a medicine. This is a medicine reading for Jillian and her mother-in-law. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. We're going to do a 6-card. A is Jillian, B is the mother-in-law. Okay. This is Jillian. This is the mother-in-law. Okay, so this is Jillian. This is the mother-in-law. Jillian is a little kid. The mother-in-law is the moon. So the mother-in-law has a lot of stuff. The mother-in-law has a lot of crap, shadow. Perhaps the mother-in-law doesn't like looking at her shadow. Perhaps the mother-in-law hasn't dealt with her shadow, right? This is very different personalities. And there is a naivety. There's also a vulnerability. There's also a beauty in the energy of that Page of Pentacles. And also within the this deck, this lily white deck, within the pages too, there's also this connection that's built into the heart chakra. And so we need to kind of look at that energy or medicine as well too. 9 of Pentacles, and then we also have this is the King of Air, the King of Swords. And so that's a really interesting combo. Over here we have the 5 of Swords, and we have the Ace of Cups. So perhaps this, the moon energy is this, this inability to express her emotion, the inability to feel, the inability or the reluctance or the fear. I mean, there's a lot of fear that is created with this 5 of Swords. So maybe, in understanding her there's some fear around emotion. There's some fear around vulnerability. Whereas you wear vulnerability on your sleeve. And there's such a profound connection with the beauty of earth and all of that, and as well as truth. And you choose to live in truth. You choose to know your truth. There's this wisdom, this internal profound wisdom that lies within. So we have 2 very different personalities here. And so what I want to say is, if you can kind of write that down. Okay, so if this is me and this is my mother-in-law, how can I reach this soul so that we can heal this space that's between us? And so first of all, I would acknowledge that she's in pain. She's in a lot of pain. There's emotional turmoil within her heart. There's a history of pain or unexpressed pain or dealing with stuff. She doesn't want to face her stuff. And so when somebody is like that, perhaps your openness and your youthfulness is really annoying to her. And so what can you do to feel more compassion to the mystery of her pain, of which you are unaware? How can you create more space for compassion? Because it's you that needs to change, not her. Right? Because you're the one that cares enough to be asking this question. So I'm going to put my glasses on and see what you have to say here. So anyway, I want you to maybe, I don't know if you can I'll take off the, just a second here. I'm going to take off that, and then maybe you can take a screenshot of that and just kind of reflect on this energy and ask yourself these questions. Maybe write out some thoughts. I'll just go through what the cards are again. So I said, this is you. This is the Page of Pentacles, deeply connected to nature, vulnerable, naive, heartfelt, youthful. But underneath that personality is, again, more connection to nature, tremendous wisdom. And then over here, we just have so much shadow. But what that shadow is about is connected to this overflowing emotion. This is the Five of Swords down here. So I'd spend some time journaling about that if I were you. That might really help. But I would say compassion is the way through. Compassion is the only way through. And also letting her know that you would be open to her sharing her vulnerability. Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to go back to the question about the year ahead readings. And I'm going to share something with you. Not that one. Because Jonathan said that he calculated the numbers differently, and I just want to speak to that. So, Jonathan, what month are you born? Do you want to tell me? Month and day, not the year. Don't tell me your year. Or anybody. Does anybody want to tell me what their month and year that you're born? Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm reading what Jonathan typed up here. So 9 plus 7 is 16. And 2021 is, sorry. And 2021, yes, is 2037, which is 12. And so you see the common thing here, Jonathan, is that 12 is a 3 and 21 is a 3 as well, too. So there's some connection between 12 and 3. Thanks, Jillian. Thank you for the super chat. And so so the way that I do it is 9 plus 7 plus 5, which is 16. That's the same, Jonathan. 9 plus 7. Okay, now I'm so confused. So Jonathan, you got, sorry, just bear with me, people. Thank you very much for your patience. So 9 plus 7 is 16 and 5 is 21. Oh, I see. And then you got 12. Okay. And Burning Dreamer is September 13th. So Burning Dreamer and 9 and 4 and 5. 13, that's 18, that's 12. That's 12 and 5 is 22. 32, which is a 5. Okay. So I need to go back. Now I'm confused, Jonathan. I'm just going to go to my... Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this. I'll make a post in my community tab. So if you go to my channel and, oh, sorry, wrong one. I've got so many windows open here. Let me close this one. And I'll go back to here. So what I'll do is I will go to on my community tab. So if you go to my channel page, I will post the way that I do this. And I know there's different ways to calculate it. And in all the different calculations that I've done, if the numbers are different, there's always some mysterious connection between the numbers. And I don't think there's any right way or wrong way to do it. And eventually, you know, over so many years, it's going to come back to the same number. But what I would explore is the connection between the two numbers, if there's something that resonates with you there. Yeah. It's just, you know, numerology, astrology, there's different systems and different ways of doing things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for doing the, Jonathan's saying doing the birth card, there's different ways of doing it too. So yeah, so thank you. Thank you everybody for joining me today. I've got lots planned for this week, and so I'm sure I'll see all of you again very soon. Okay, I wish you well, and I'll be back doing live readings next Tuesday. Namaste. Thank you, Jonathan.